Hello. Today we're going to a few farms out in the suburban of Toronto. Um, we went to a real estate networking event and we met this one person who is a contractor. He does like a lot of electrical work, but also has a lot of connections to farm owners just an hour out from Toronto. So he saw our previous Airbnb work and he was impressed. And he mentioned, hey, like, I love building stuff because he's a real estate developer too. Like, I love building houses and I can do it really quickly and with a good quality, but I hate
He doesn't know how to do any Airbnb management.
or operation, hospitality stuff. So we're like, hey, we could make a good team because we love to do what you hate and you love to do what we hate. I mean, I wouldn't say real estate development like we hate it, but we just lack knowledge around that. So we decided, hey, like, why don't we talk further? Met up one more time for coffee, and today he invited us out to a farm out in Erin and close to Waterloo, which is about an hour or two away from Toronto. And we've been thinking about maybe a next project or two as a glamping project. So something that we can get a knowledge on building from ground up. Although we have a tiny house, it's on the wheels. Tammy, do you want to talk a bit more about that tiny house?
Yeah, tiny home was built on a platform, and most of the contractor work are done by my partner. So we had very little experience and involvement in the tiny home. So this one, we really wanted to learn how to, like dig the water under the ground, how to get the electrical up, how to, find water source. Like, do we need to have water from the well, or because most likely these lands are not in the city, so very common that we might not have a source of water, and we might need to dig a well. We might need to get water from the lake. Many different options and challenges that we don't know anything about.
Yeah, so we have a big goal to buy a coffee farm down in Panama eventually. And we want to work our way up there. And as much as we are a risk taker, we also take calculated risk.
Yeah.
And I think once we go down there, a few challenges is going to be, language barrier and our lack of knowledge in development, because we want to turn that coffee farm into a resort where we have like a few cabins and invite people over for picking your own coffee beans at the farm and do wellness on the farm. And that requires us to build a few structures on the farm. And we want to gain as much knowledge as possible now around development so that we minimize the risk of making mistakes down the road. It's all about spending as minimal as possible and learn as much as possible, make as much mistakes as possible early on.
So this will be our proof of concept for our Panama little resort.
Exactly. I think by doing this glamping, not only we will create some cash flow for us, but also test out the partnership if this works out. And it'll be great because he specialized in building wood-based structure. He really has a strong preference for building.
Right. He's in commercial development as well. Like, I think he builds like senior homes, like bigger developments. So this will be great learning for us.
Exactly. So yeah, let's see how it works. I mean, we've never been to this farm, or other ones that
chicken on it.
yeah, supposed to have chicken and some livestock animals on it. And yeah, we will just go out there and see you guys soon. So peaceful.
we just came back from the farm touring. How was it?
It was nice. The meeting went really well. He showed us around the whole farm and he invited a couple people out to actually network, and they all own like a big farms around. And so we have a potential to convert rather than starting off right from the get-go with a building few cabins for micro resort idea. There is a structure that's currently being
There was a
not used.
Farm workers house before that it's a building structure that has 3 bedroom and 1.5 bathroom that is renovated and ready for us to use. I think they renovated halfway and then I don't know, something happened, they stopped it, so it's just sitting there collecting dust. So I think they want us to convert something that is existing.
I think it's gonna be. It seems that he cares more about starting small, and he knows about this agile process in software, and he wants to adopt that in this business relationship, which I think is a great idea. Always start with something small and minimize the risk and see how things go, and then we can add more additions over time. There's a pathway to build amazing like a micro resort where there's like little animal livestock, there's a pickleball court, amenity for all the communal amenity for everyone around to use. But until then, we can start with something small that's already there because it minimizes friction. The structure is already there. We can play to our advantage and convert a home into a nicely decorated Airbnb, which is our strength. So that could be a good starting point for us.
Yeah, there is a pond, and they're currently they bought some duck that they're raising still, and they're gonna have the duck in the pond, and then they're gonna have there's already a chicken coop, but so they're raising chicken. How do you say the baby version of chicken?
Chicks.
They're raising the chicks right now, so in the future we can potentially offer an experience where you pick the fresh eggs in the morning, and then you can enjoy that for Airbnb guests.
There's also an apple, like organic apple tree in the back of the farm. I think the total size of the farm is like 56 acres, he mentioned, so it's huge. And majority of it is like agriculture, but also there are some area that we can add as an experience, like apple picking, what is it, wheatgrass?
What is the wheatgrass?
The one that was on the water.
Oh, watercress.
Watercress.
It's like a vegetables, I guess.
Bless you. Yeah, so they have watercress, and then there's also a pond where we can build cabins around it, and there's a couple barns that's just unused at the moment.
There's a greenhouse that they built that was just empty as well, so could potentially convert that into like a nice hangout space or yoga deck. There's also a hunting area, but you cannot hunt with a gun, so you can hunt with an arrow.
Archery.
There's wild turkey on the property. There's a little bit of foresty areas on the property, and hunting is allowed on the property.
Yeah, so overall I think it went well. We're gonna go back to the drawing board, and me and Tammy are going to come up with a few proposals and have some options open, look into the Airbnb regulation for that area just to make sure it's doable, how the permit process work. And yeah, right now we're actually driving out to other farms, so he's gonna show us more other areas. And yeah, today has been such a great learning experience, so we'll see you there. Wow, there's like birds flying around.
Yeah, you see this,
Quickly run the line.
this is steel,
Yeah.
and it can be a roof also.
It's like humans in humans. It feels so odd. Just all right. So we're just closing out the day today now. We toured 3 different farms that our friend showed us and discussed a lot of potential projects. But I think in the end, we're going to phase out our projects into phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and onwards into final destination as a micro resort. I think it's gonna take some time, but it's a good sign that our business partner is interested in getting started first. I think our initial entry point is going to be one of the farmer workhouse and convert that into an Airbnb. They actually unlocked the home and showed us around. It's about 3 bedroom and 1.5 bath. And it's ready to go.
Floorings are ready. There's kitchen, there's bathroom, water, electricity, everything's ready. We even have a small deck that has a good view, but we just need to repair it a bit, reinforce it a bit more.
Yeah, I think we need to go back to the drawing board and research who is the target audience that would come to the area. We would assume it's going to be about 6 people, considering it's a 3 bedroom, but it's out in the farm, so we have to have a pretty clear reason why people would visit us. So yeah, long day, we're a bit tired. You can kind of see from our energy, but yeah, we're just waiting on my sister. She's visiting Toronto, so we're just waiting to pick her up. But yeah, I just wanted to close out the day. It was a really nice day, looking at a lot of real estate deals, although it's holiday today out here in Canada, but
There's
we
like
hustled
so
hard.
many like rundown buildings or abandoned houses that people just don't know what to do with it. And then I think today we hear something that's very positive. People are saying that they don't have ideas, and then they were hoping that we can provide some ideas, and they can provide the structures. They have the land, they have the houses.
Yeah,
They can deal with permits. So it's great to hear.
yeah, they have assets that really can convert and do a lot of unique ideas, and I think it could be a very interesting and good partnership for us because we always come up with creative ideas, right?
We don't have the money,
I think we have the money, but I think
but
just
we don't have the land.
yeah, exactly. Finding the land is gonna be hard because we were thinking to buy one, but I think working with people who already own a land and then adding a interesting, unique getaway Airbnb is going to be a really cool project. So, all right, talk to you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye.